the unknown. What is it? Is it real? And what is it doing there?
Now they're speaking out, saying there are UFOs in U.S. airspace and they need to be taken seriously.
A family in Highland, Michigan believes their house is actually haunted and thinks something is harming their little girl. They're unidentified in U.S. airspace.
The U.S. Navy has finally acknowledged that videos appearing to show UFOs flying through the air are real.
I'm Todd Bates. I've been investigating the paranormal for years, yet still have no definite answers. Join me on this mysterious journey as we discuss all things paranormal, right down to the little gnomes. Why do millions experience these mysterious phenomenon, yet we have no proof? Welcome to Haunted Voices Radio, where I try and gather the pieces that may one day form yet another puzzle.
And a good evening, one and all. Welcome, Haunted Voices Live, right here on WLTK-DB.com. That's the place to be. Go check it out. New website. It's up there. It's got some goodies for you. We've got an amazing show planned for you. Nicole, how are you? Are you staying cool over there?
I'm trying. We're in triple digits over here in San Diego. You know, it's like, drop a candy bar on the ground. It melts in 2 seconds. So
it's terrible.
What about you?
This weather is absolutely terrible. We're in Humidville. Hi, John. We are in Humidville, Resnick.
Red, and then Ron from GRS.
Hi, Ronald.
Nice to see you.
We are, it's just humid. It's humid. Stay hydrated out there. That's all I can say, folks. I was telling Nicole and Kristina earlier, I just let the dogs out. You pretty much have to come in and take a shower.
No,
So
that's awful. That's bad.
I mean,
Yeah.
I sweat enough during the UAP hearing they had.
Right. So going outside, is that comparable to it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Yeah.
The whole UFO phenomenon, UAP phenomenon. The government, I think, is wondering why people aren't as shocked. Maybe it's because we already freaking knew. They're just coming out with it a little bit late.
I think they're just so shocked
they-
because we're not dumb, right? We can read between the lines, and I think it's scaring them a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's fear, and that's what they do. They push and push
Yeah.
and push. But holy cow, what an amazing show we've got for him tonight, Nicole. We've got Kristina
Yes,
Bloom.
we do.
We are going to bring her in here in just a second. We're going to be talking about all kinds of cool stuff tonight. So if you guys have any questions, comments, post them in there. We're waiting for everybody to trickle in here. It's one of
They
those
sure
nights.
are. Courtey is driving home. Be
And there's
safe,
Courtney.
Courtney.
And she's driving home. So that means she's listening. She on Friday. I don't,
I
Courtney.
know. Oh man.
It's actually nice to have the rest. And speaking of which, I wanted to show this to everyone. I wanted to play a little show and tell for a minute, if that's okay.
Yeah. Go right ahead.
Courtney, God love her. She is at every show. She's a sweetheart.
I know.
I get this package in the mail, and it is, and I'll show the main thing another time. It's in the hospital. But she sent this aloe plant, and the USPS can be extremely vicious.
Yeah.
You know how they are. They rush.
Oh yeah.
do all
I've
this.
been there.
It made it. She made it. But right now hi, Jamie Lynn. Right now she's in the hospital under a light with a Job stick.
What?
To bring her back to life a little bit.
Oh my God.
Because it's the way it was handled.
Oh,
And
that's awful. Poor plant. I mean, come
but
on.
what also happened, what she also sent, and this is something that I've been trying to do and focus. You know how you take that time to just
Yeah,
Cool. You take that time to just kind of be yourself and chill for a second.
of course.
Well, she sent this amazing, beautiful letter to Sherry and I. It was so sweet.
Oh,
And on the back of it, I'm going to show it because I've been doing what I'm supposed to be doing. She drew this image
oh,
and I
hello,
colored
Miss
it.
Talented.
She
That's
even
beautiful.
sent the crayons to color with.
Oh, I just love you
It was
more,
the most
Courtney.
amazing.
It's so cool.
And I sat here, and I sit here during the shows and I colored a little more,
Oh,
And it's such good therapy.
it is.
It
Yeah,
really is,
right.
just to take and I'll admit, I even stuck my tongue out a little bit.
Oh, just
Kinda
remember when
like
you were a
that.
kid and you're like all concentrated. Remember, you got to highlight the edges there, darken the edges. You got to get it all in there. Yep. You had that moment, didn't you? Sorry.
But it's so much fun, and I
Oh,
wanted
man.
to just really thank her for that because it just made my whole year. It really did.
Oh,
To
that's so
have something to
nice.
take care of like that, a plant, to have life in here in
Mhm.
this dingy office. It's nice. It's nice to have some life.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is awesome. You'll take good care of it. It'll become your friend.
Yeah. An
Plants,
adoption thing. Now,
sentient plants. I'm telling you, we have a lot of people in here. Hi, Bill.
hi,
Uh,
Bill.
this is true. Gorillas do work at UPS, folks.
Yeah, I think they do.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
Hi,
Good,
Tammy.
Tammy. Hi, Tammy. Yeah, I mean, and I'm learning that I really like it. The
That's
colors just
amazing. I need to get more into that too. You know, those
they
little
pop.
coloring books where you can just color all kinds of neat designs and stuff.
Mhm.
It is therapy.
Yeah, it's very soothing, very
Yeah.
therapeutic, and I'm gonna do it more. So now that I've got a few extra crayons, I can. Now
There you
we
go.
got, we've got an amazing show. Like I said, we have got psychic medium author Kristina Bloom. We're going to bring her up here in just a second. I want to brag about her a little bit. She's a host as well. She's an amazing friend, mentor in
I
many
love
ways
her.
too. She's just a Jane of all trades. She really is. And to have someone like her on this station just makes my heart melt
Yeah, absolutely. She's so
because
genuine. I love her. We love
yes,
you, Christina.
she's so genuine, and you don't find that much anymore.
I know. It's
Everybody
so
wants to be
true.
someone else.
I know.
Just go through the punches. Go through the punches, get up and do your thing, folks.
That's right. Or as
It's
I
going to be
say,
okay.
stay in your lane and just do what you need to do.
You stay in your lane. Great
I
advice.
try to tell myself that every day, stay in your lane. Don't let other people bother you. Just, so
Stay in your lane. Stay out of your own way.
yeah.
Yes, Resnick. Absolutely. But what we've got coming up is Miss Kristina Bloom. Check out her website, KristinaBloom.com, of course, and we're going to put that here in chat here in a minute for you. But there's so many things we're going to talk about, and I want you guys to think about this because we're really going to focus on using psychic mediums during your investigations and why some teams do, some don't.
Mhm.
Just the mechanics behind it. We're going to get into all that. So without further ado, what we're going
Great
to
topic.
do, we're going to bring in Miss Kristina Bloom. Welcome to Haunted Voices. How are
Hi,
you?
guys.
Hello.
Hello. It's good to be here.
Oh, it's great to have you back.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm not in my normal office. I'm using my friend's office tonight. So,
I like
It's
it.
nice.
yeah, it is. Much larger than my office, for sure.
Yeah,
Nice and
that's a
roomy.
nice size. That's roomy.
Mhm.
Yeah, she's got
Now-
a couple massage tables and stuff set up back here because she
Oh,
does healing.
wow.
She
Massage
does healing
tables?
classes. Yeah.
I'm on
She
my
does-
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? Yep, I'll be there in 5.
No, there's so many things to talk about and discuss tonight. And one of the things I wanted to talk about with you, Kristina, is the skills. Okay. Using the skills out in the field. because you're also a paranormal investigator
I am.
yourself.
Yeah.
Now, there's teams galore out there these days. They're a dime a dozen. They're all over the place.
And
And
some of them are not worth the dime. I'm sorry.
I
no,
know.
they're
I
not.
know.
And Dr. Heather Lee, another host on the station, she calls it paranormal tourism. I like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's a lot of that going on now.
And it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Be careful. I mean, do what you do, folks. Life's short. Do what you do, but do it carefully. And yeah, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but
Yeah, let's not do that.
yeah, we won't go off on it.
Paranormal Play School. Thank you very much.
Paranormal Play School.
That's a good one. I'm going to remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can we just back up half a second? I want to thank you for that beautiful introduction. Thank you. So that was very nice. Thank you.
Oh,
You deserve it,
you're
Kristina.
welcome. Yes, you deserve it in every way. You are genuine. And I can sit here and say that with peace in my heart.
Yep.
Because there's not too many that are out there. And you're
Which is
real.
unfortunate because there are a lot of gifted psychics who second guess themselves and don't step out into the arena because there are so many who are not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's kind of an uphill battle.
Yeah. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Michael.
Yeah, it is. It's an uphill battle. And let's make a scenario for everyone.
All righty.
We're on an investigation. The three of us are out on a haunted location somewhere. And I have a truckload of equipment in the trunk that lights up. It makes noises. Some of it you have to plug in. Yeah, it's craziness. And then we have you, the psychic medium, there. And I don't want to use this term. Let's see. Equipment is needed during an investigation. Me personally, I think a psychic medium is equipment just as much as everything else. Your skill set, your gift. Because if Nicole or I or whatever went in there with a recorder, we're just grasping at straws, really.
Right.
On where to place it, who to talk to, what to do. Sure, we may do a little digging prior. We may do a little history research, what have you. But still, do we know? Do we know what to ask, when to say? Is there anyone even there? Is the place even haunted?
Right.
But bringing a medium could solve so much.
Sorry, I just read Michael's comment.
I was trying not to laugh. I was laughing in my head. I didn't
want to use that word.
Okay. All right.
Michael is also psychic, so he read it.
Yeah.
But what do you think, Kristina, of psychic mediums being used during investigations as much as equipment is?
I think that having a really good, solid medium who's not there in their ego, who's there just to communicate, just to feel it out. I feel like, well, like Lee just said here, there's no context for the information that the equipment's getting. The medium has the ability to add context, to fill in the blanks. Because you can have the lights blinking and stopping and blinking and stopping and whatever, but that doesn't really tell you what's going on. It doesn't tell you who's doing it. It doesn't tell you why they're doing it. It doesn't tell you why they're agreeing to do it. Because I've been on investigations, and more than one, where the spirit is just kind of standing there going, I don't want to play.
See?
Well, yeah, especially if they're being treated like, circus animals. Of course they don't.
Right. Of course they don't want to play. Would you want to play?
Hell no. Someone would probably capture something nasty on their recorder. No, I'm just kidding. If it were me, I'm just saying that.
And I'm really surprised that a lot of EVPs don't come back with, what is wrong with you people? Go home.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've been in a lot of investigations with a lot of different people, and they just keep firing questions without giving time for them to even answer if they choose to.
Exactly. And then it's interrogative too, It's
Yeah.
like, would you go up to a stranger on the street and just start asking them a bunch of questions?
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Here,
What's your
turn this
favorite color?
this flashlight on and off. Can you do that for me, please? Please, can you do that?
Yeah. No.
I can barely do that.
Yeah, some of those flashlights are hard, aren't they?
But to have it out there,
Yeah.
I know some teams, they want to be all scientific and science and discovery and variables
But they're forgetting the human element. And the bottom line is the spirits that they're communicating with are human.
Huh.
They're
Well,
forgetting the human element. They are
Right.
forgetting that those spirits have the right to say, no, I don't want to play with you.
They have
And it's
every
knowing-
right to say that. Go ahead,
Yeah.
Nicole.
No, I was just going to say, and it's knowing the difference.
Right.
And then we're circling right back to that. And I know I mentioned it 100,000 times. The respect and the reverence. We're circling right back to that. And so many people just don't know that.
Or they
Sad.
don't really think it matters. Some of the people that I've worked with on occasion don't seem to think it matters. It does matter. I mean, this could be somebody's grandmother. It could be my kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, treat them with respect.
And I don't see why that's so hard. I really don't. But it seems to be, it takes a tremendous effort for, someone to put out the respect. I don't know if it's a generational thing. I don't know if it's the new ones coming in, but the respect is it's dying.
Well, unfortunately, what we have is a whole bunch of paranormal investigators who don't really have any training, who just go out there and do it because they think it's going to be fun, because they're going to prove something, because they're going to be the next best thing on TV. And that's kind of where it started, was watching it on TV and watching how it was done incorrectly to begin with.
Right. Right. Absolutely spot on. I love this comment by Bill. I actually trust Kristina's judgment whenever she comes to the building. She's been spot on with things without me telling her. So that's awesome.
Thanks, Bill.
Yeah. Exactly. And Broadhead Manor is one haunted location that should be put on the table.
Absolutely.
They need to be, the spirits within these locations, these residences, these businesses, wherever you're going, they need to be identified. They need to be acknowledged. They need to be talked to. They need to be talked down, or whatever's going on. And equipment just can't seem to do that. Sure, they have ITC, the SP7, they keep improving it. But still, it doesn't give you as a complete picture as what a medium could.
I agree completely. And I feel like the teams that use mediums get more understandable information.
Absolutely. What about teams too that, because you have to vet out the people on your team.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
So being as experienced as you are and as genuine, because you are truly genuine, one of the gems in the field, what advice do you have for people that maybe want to have a medium on their team? What would you tell them in terms of like how to vet that medium out before you actually have that person working with the team?
Well, what I would say is, and I'll use my team as an example. I say mine like all I did was join it. They were already in existence. But the team that I work with, we sat down and had a conversation, and we kind of interviewed each other to make sure we were on the same page.
Oh, great.
Yeah, we had discussions about ethics. We had discussions about how do you do things. It was 3 hours of discussing to make sure we were on the same page before I joined the team.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think that's important, very important, because when you're working with a team, you have to work as a team.
Absolutely.
You know, you have to know each other's moves, each other's ins and outs, you know, what's going on, and safety. And there's so many factors that go into
Yeah.
working with a team. So I'm glad you guys interviewed each other like that.
Yeah. And honestly, one of my favorite things is that we actually have a safety committee. Like we have an EMT on staff who goes to investigations in case someone gets hurt, because people can physically get hurt
Oh yes, it's
on
happened.
investigations. And I don't think that a lot of people going, oh, I'm going to go catch a ghost or I'm going to go get proof. They're not even thinking about the fact that they might be walking around in the dark in a dangerous location and tripping over things and falling into holes. And
I
know,
fell
I
into an open grave. It happens.
Oh my! I remember you said that. Oh my gosh! I actually know someone out here in Southern California. I believe they looked at the property during the day, but then when they went back at night, that's exactly what happened. She stepped into some hole and she broke her leg or ankle or something.
Yeah,
it can happen.
It can happen. It can
And
happen.
you know, you have to know what you're doing as a team out there, especially if you're dealing with clients, and giving the client the most that you can after the investigation is, you know, to me it's paramount. You almost become a counselor per se with the client, because you have to, okay. And if you have a medium, I'm trying to use an example. All right, we fired up the REM pod and holy cow, that thing lit up 4 times. Now we don't know what that means yet, but it did. But yet you take it to where after the investigation, a medium was there. Perhaps they can give the guidance. Okay, we had, I think it was your brother that was in the residence and so forth. They can console a little better, maybe give the client even some closure and acknowledge. I don't understand. And I know that your skills, they're not tangible. You can't put them in a jar or your pocket. Well, you can't do that with an EVP either. You can't do that with a lot of other things in this field either. You take a lot of it with a grain of salt, but you take it for what it is, you know. And I just think it's important that at least try to use you know, whatever type of medium. I'm not saying go find Cleo out there and off the street and pull her in. You know, get somebody that knows what they're doing, that has been trained in this, that has experience in this.
Right. And while you're at it, train the tech team to use their equipment properly.
That's a big one. Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I just, you know, I've always been the type of investigator. Less is more for me. I feel, I mean, even if I was like super rich and could afford every single gadget out there, I wouldn't even own like 5% of the stuff out there. You know, it's just, I'm very less is more, and just relying on, you know, the question you get asked, okay, what is the best piece of equipment? Well, the correct answer is yourself. Yep. Hello, right here.
Right here.
Numero uno.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
yeah, that is the ticker. And having common sense, it's tough. Sometimes we lose sight of it, but it's there, and we just have to use it. Now, going into some of these places, Kristina, just to give everybody kind of an idea, what are some of the things that you've encountered during investigations? Do they, you know, come to you at random during investigations? Have the spirits just kind of downloaded to you, and then, or how does it work when you're in the field?
For me, it's like a conversation. It's a conversation. Sometimes I hear them in my ear, like you know, like I hear you, but mostly it's like I hear them speaking to my mind, I guess. But it's not my voice, it's their voice. And I hear it's a conversation. And I like what Bill had to say here with, I don't know if I can bring him up.
is it this comment here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to just flash that before. So, yeah, this is
Yeah.
great.
Because I always ask permission upon entering.
There you go. Yep.
I mean, even if we've been hired or whatever, we don't get paid for it. So hired isn't the right word. But even if we've agreed to go in and do an investigation, I ask, is it okay if we enter your home? We'd like to speak with you.
Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much for letting us in. Exactly.
That makes a world of difference.
It does. And
you just open the line of communication.
These teams would get better results if they would just slow down and take a few minutes to do that.
Wow.
Yeah. So agreed.
It's yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Rez here. Spirit needs to be
Spirits
honored.
need to be honored and
Absolutely.
respected.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It's a higher vibration than ourselves, I think, this realm, and we're disrespecting the hell out of it.
And not everybody is disrespecting. I want to put that out there too. Not everyone is doing that.
No.
But there's a pretty good number of people who are doing it because I don't know, do they just not know better?
That, or it goes back to intention. What's their intention for this?
Yeah.
Just to have fun, try to get on TV? What is it? Right? So
yeah, I think it's intention. What motivates them? I haven't been in the field for a long time actively, and I only wish that a lot of these investigations that I'd been on, I'd only wish that there was a medium there to make sense of it all.
Right.
Because the energy is there. A person can feel it, your gut feeling, you can feel it, something's off, and you can't put down a recorder and say, what's bothering you? It doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that.
Not usually.
With a medium, you can have that conversation. It's not delayed. It's not a delayed conversation like an EVP or ITC is more real time and things, but is it credible? I mean, there's you throw that out there. The radio signals, is it mixed match signals coming in? There's so many different factors in there.
There is. And I have to tell you, ghost boxes drive me bonkers. Like all I hear is static. And it's like, turn that off so I can hear the spirits who are trying to talk to me. Please.
Yep.
Because it's so noisy.
They do have ones that can remove the static, but then that makes me wonder if it's as effective as a device by doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a audio engineer or anything like that, but
right.
Yeah. I think the static's important.
It's subjective too.
Yeah, it is. It's very subjective. And it's a tough call.
Mm-hmm.
I think the static is important too, but if you're trying to have a psychic work in the same room, it doesn't work very well.
No.
Because you can't hear through the static.
No.
Hi, Tristan.
Hi, Tristan.
Yeah, and what we're going to do, we're going to skip off to a quick break here. When we come back, I want to touch on this some more, take some questions from you fine folks out there. If you, what would you do? If you had the choice, what would you do? As far as investigation wise, if you have a team out there right now, would you bring a medium with you and allow them to go through the premises? To do their job, do their thing? Would you allow them to do that? Would you welcome it? If so, great. If not, why not? These are things that we're wanting to talk about tonight. So if you guys have any questions, comments, just post them over there. We'll be back in just a few more minutes here with some more haunted voices. Hang tight, folks.
Are you looking for unbiased and uncensored paranormal and spiritual talk? At WLTK-DB.com, we offer several talk shows ranging from self-care to hauntings and everything in between. Find the shows and hosts on our website at WLTK-DB.com. You can watch them live or catch up on your latest favorites. While you're there, be sure to check out the store and pick up some of the latest station swag. Did you know we had a station blog, or that you can host your own show? It's all online at WLTK-DB.com. Looking to advertise? Check out our competitive pricing and let's get you noticed. WLTK Talk Radio has something for everyone. So be sure to stop by and say hello at WLTK-DB.com.
Bottom of the hour here, folks. You're listening to Haunted Voices right here on WLTK-DB.com. Check out the website. Just like the ad said, Miss Kristina also does that on the side. If you recognize that. Cool stuff. Fun stuff.
Was that you, Kristina?
It was.
Good job.
I really enjoy doing those voiceovers. Those are fun.
They are.
fun.
They're a lot of fun, aren't they?
Yeah.
But there's so many things we were talking about tonight. We've got, I see Mary Bethune.
Mary's a good friend of mine. Yeah,
Yep.
I was going to comment on what she said here. Oh, go ahead,
Yep.
Todd.
No, you're
Hi, Mary.
fine. I was just going to bring everybody up to speed. We're talking to Kristina Bloom here. Those of you just joining us, be sure and check out our website, KristinaBloom.com. And we have been talking about using mediums and psychics and so forth during investigations. Would you consider, if you have an investigation team, have you used a medium on your team during your investigations, client, business, otherwise? Let us know in the comment section over there. We're going across Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, tweet, all the fun stuff over there. So go over there and have a good time. Now, Mary's comment, she's a ghost box user. And this is good. I wasn't, oh my goodness, I have one myself, Mary. I wasn't cutting those things down. We were saying that we needed to turn it off. So
I use ITC as well. We've
Mhm.
had, good results, especially when it's like super clear, and at certain locations too. It's like really works well, and at others,
Mhm.
but it's subjective too, just like
is.
EVPs are and stuff.
EVPs are beyond subjective. Those
But she has
are-
some good captures though. I've listened to some of them. So
Mhm.
That's awesome. And I'm not saying that it's not useful. I'm saying that when it's the same room as me, I can't do my job.
right,
Can't focus.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because there's, like we were talking about, there are a lot of teams out there, and I think we need some way to communicate with the other side. We've been searching for it. I'll speak for myself. I've been obsessed with it for years, trying to have that real time communication with the other side, and it's daunting.
Mhm.
It's tough. It's delayed. It's frustrating. Like Nicole said, EVP are subjective. Those things you can have a 3-syllable word. Next thing you know, you're being told you think you're being told to do something. It's craziness.
Yeah,
And a lot of them are hard to make out.
Yeah.
But to have someone like you on the investigation, you would be able to clarify so many things, like, okay, this corner feels very strong to me. There's a presence there. You may want to set something there. I'm not saying that the medium runs the investigation. They're giving
Right.
guidance.
Right. And if you have
No.
a well-oiled team, everybody's working together cohesively.
that's true. Yes,
You know?
knowing each other really well, personalities clicking, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot that goes into it. And I feel that the mediumship level is just as important as a recorder or a camera or a REM pod, whatever type of equipment you have. I feel it's just as important. And I wasn't trained that way.
Right.
I was trained to be scientific, to be skeptical, to not really believe yet believe.
Well, I think that any decent medium is going to be skeptical.
Mhm.
I just feel like if we're not skeptical, then we're not really being honest about the information that we're getting, you know?
Right.
And okay, well, this is going to lead into something else people probably don't want to hear about, but I think I really kind of believe that we need to start doing some psych evaluations on all team members.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Thank you.
As I reach
Absolutely.
for my glass.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my
Amen.
gosh.
Cheers to that.
That's like,
I've
Yeah.
seen too many people fall apart in investigations. Just can't do it. They get overwhelmed. They get scared. And sometimes things happen that are scary. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. And I'm not saying that's not legitimate. But I'm saying that some people are so caught up in proving themselves or that they might not have the correct training, or they might not have enough experience to be able to tell when they're making it up and when it's actually happening.
Or differentiating between their energy,
And
their
the
baggage
spirits,
and all
yes.
that, and
That's
that
what I was
of
trying
the
to say. Thank
right.
you.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
well, you said
Yeah.
it. Yeah. Or drugs too, drug use too.
Yeah.
Drug
all
use,
of
that's
that.
unheard of.
You ever seen anyone like show up to an investigation after having a few drinks?
Yes.
Not a good thing.
Not on my team. Nope.
Nope.
Yeah. There's
Protocols. Yeah. That's good. That's a good comment. Thanks, Mary.
Yeah, Mary's comment was and to have the protocols,
Absolutely.
to have whatever you need in there, those bylaws, whatever's in there, some kind of guidance, some kind of structure.
Right.
It's important not to just grab your sale of the day equipment, running over to wherever and grabbing it and running out there, nilly, however you say it.
You say it like that.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't do that. You just, and I think we're getting too caught up in what's going on around us. We're not focusing on what's right in front of us. I mean, I think we're close. I really do. And there's willy-nilly. Now that I said it, it's in the memory. But I think we're getting close to more. I'm not going to say unity is a strong word. That's a very strong word. We're not getting close to unity. We're getting closer, I think, than what we were in the past. I think anyway, with equipment, mediums being used, discoveries, things are being discovered out there. There's all kinds of different spirit encounters that they're more clear than what they used to be. Before it was, okay, I have this place is haunted. Not necessarily.
No. That spirit could have walked in with a member of your team.
Right.
Doesn't mean that they were there to begin with.
Yeah.
I've seen that happen too. I have also seen people's spirit guides be mistaken for ghosts at a location.
Oh, of course. I imagine.
See?
My thing fell out of my ear. Sorry about that. A question I want to ask you, is there a certain, in your experience, do spirits, even earthbounds, prefer a certain type of communication or a certain type of temperament over others? I was just curious to ask you that.
My experience is that they prefer just to be talked to like you like to be talked to.
There you go. Yeah,
just to have a conversation. It doesn't have to be an interview. It doesn't have to be, we're going to sit down and we're going to get to the bottom of this. And the spirit's going, I just want to go home. Can you help me do that?
Right. Yeah.
So meeting them where they are is far more successful than trying to prove that they're there.
Absolutely. Hi, Robin.
Hi, Robin.
Hi, Robin.
I think it's there's a lot of personal experiences that I mean, I just speak for myself that I've had, I'm sure you guys have had as well. And those are maybe just for that person,
Mm-hmm.
not necessarily for the entire team to witness or to be
Right.
released to the world, but it's just, it's a personal experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And there's so much involved with an investigation from start to finish. It's exhausting. And I know people, a lot of people have the right format. They have the right intention to go out there and do what they're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to a group of newly formed, they just formed a team, they're serious, yet they haven't been trained? What are some things you would say to guide them, Kristina?
I would say for the team that has little to no experience,
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest that they find an experienced team and work with them.
That's a good point.
To see how they do it, to learn how to do that, because unfortunately, a lot of people just kind of go out there and go, well, this is how the equipment works and we're just going to trust it. But they don't really have context for it, like we've said. And they might not have the understanding of things that can happen on an investigation that could skew results.
Right.
I was thinking specifically of an example. When I was working with Whisper, we were in an old school and I was standing on the bleachers and I kept feeling like I was falling forward. Like that was the feeling that I kept getting, like I was falling forward. And there was nothing in the school records of anybody falling down and dying on the bleachers. None. That spirit came in with the cameraman. That had happened to him in middle school, where one of his friends fell on the bleachers and broke their neck and died.
Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
Now, that didn't happen at the school we were in, but I was getting that message. And the cameraman was like,
See, and if you hadn't have asked, it would have not been known.
Right. Exactly.
Wow.
So there's a lot of stuff that can happen on an investigation that without some experience behind you, you're not going to understand. You're not going to know how to process that information. And speaking of processing information, if you're going to agree to go into someone's location and gather information, do your homework afterwards.
Yes.
Finish going through it.
That's a big problem. Yeah. Some people just want to go on investigation, don't want to follow through. Just exactly.
They just want to go out and play on the investigation, right?
Don't you love
we're
that?
all busy. You know what? We're all busy. We get that. I am one of the worst at following through on review. I'll be the first to admit it. But I communicate with my team, and I'm like, guys, I'm on the road. I don't have time to do this,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But as long as there's communication and there are other people willing to pick up the slack, and then that also has to reciprocate at some point. But do the review. If you're going to go out there and do the investigation, do the review, do the report, get back to these people.
Yeah, don't leave them
Absolutely.
hanging.
Yeah.
Don't leave them hanging like that, because that's.
And sometimes there's a lot of information to go through, and it can take a little while.
It can take forever. It can really take a long time.
Communicating.
And what you said earlier, you sat down with your team members and you had a discussion for 3 hours, getting to know each other.
Yes.
So you're comfortable. If you're not comfortable investigating with your teammates, then you should not be investigating as a team.
Oh, absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's
You got to be able to trust each other.
trust is key.
Mm-hmm.
Trust is key. Feeling each other out, knowing each other. It's just, do some team building exercises. I mean, the catch me I'm falling thing really does work. It really does. It's scary, but it works.
Terrifying.
It's terrifying. But that's where the
Yeah.
trust comes in, is you fall and they are there to catch you. And it just kind of creates some kind of bond for everyone involved.
Mhm.
And I think we need to bond more. We
Right.
need to, we all have busy lives. We all just get immersed in craziness, but we need to take time for each other. Take a moment out. Hey, it's
Yeah.
been a while. How you doing?
Yeah.
Nicole and I are like that. It's crazy. And it's you need to keep in touch the best you can
Yep.
and form that team. Get the experience, like Kristina said. Find an experienced veteran team and
Yeah.
shadow them for a while.
Shadow them. Yeah. Ask them to show you how to do it, because the teams that are out there who are really in it for all the right reasons are more than willing to do that.
Absolutely. Well said.
Very well said.
Yeah.
There's a lot. And we are just about out of time. We have got another show coming up after us. So, Kristina.
Wow.
Oh,
Sorry.
hi,
Just want
Sheila.
to fit this in. This is a great comment. Thank you so much, Sheila.
Thank you, Sheila. That means
Yes,
a lot.
thank
Thank you. Now, we just have a few minutes here with you, Kristina. Tell folks how they can get in touch with you. I'm going to put your website in the comments for them, but tell folks how your social media and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I have a group on Facebook that is really active. We're at almost 1,000 members right now. And it's Kristina Bloom - Your Spiritual Advisor. And that is where I go to communicate mostly with people. I also post on my personal page, but I also have a business page that is Kristina Bloom Spiritual Advisor. There's my website. I need to get my website updated, but the basic
me too.
information is there. It's correct.
Yeah, it's a beautiful site, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. That's pretty much how people can get in touch with me. You can get in touch with me through Messenger on either, what is it called? Instagram or Facebook. You can get me through that. Yeah. So
awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, this was
fun. Thank you so much for inviting me.
It goes by so fast. We're going to have you back so soon, too. This goes by so fast.
I was just going to say, I got to get you back soon. You're a recurring guest.
Yeah, recurring.
Yeah.
We need the knowledge.
Knowledge is
put me on
power.
as a third co-host, and then we'll just bring another guest.
There you go, right? I know.
There you go.
We'll turn it into a panel.
Yeah, the Haunted Voices panel show. Why not?
Why not?
Do it,
Hey,
right?
stranger things have happened.
I know.
I love you too, Courtney. She told me she loved me earlier, and I didn't respond. I love you.
Oh,
I love this little community.
I do.
Every week, I look forward to seeing everyone.
Yeah,
it's like one big happy family. It really is.
Yeah.
And I can't thank them enough for taking time out of their busy schedules to watch one of these shows, to catch one of these lives. It's tough.
It is.
It's really tough because there's so many they can choose from.
Yeah.
And right now they choose us, and I'm so grateful for that.
Me too.
Brings a tear to my eye. It really does.
I know. Me too.
We've been doing this a while, Nicole.
I know. It's good. It's good. I love it. I just, it's, learning from people, connecting. It's great.
Major vote for you.
He's talking about the contest.
I may just vote for
Now, I can't thank you enough for taking time to come on here, though, Kristina. And for all of you other folks out there, if you missed the first part of the show, everything's archived for you. We'll have it up here maybe an hour and a half. Give me some time here, and we'll get it put together for you. I love you too, Courtney. Now, also coming up next, Passport to the Paranormal with Dr. Heather Lee, Joe Frankie. Be sure and catch that show on. That's going to start here in about 7 minutes. We're going to have that rolling, and they're going to their 2-hour slot tonight. So be sure and check them out over there.
Oh,
and
wow.
if you have any ideas,
know what you're going to be doing, Todd.
You're a trooper, Todd.
Yeah. They go back to Catholicism.
I was raised Catholic too, but I don't practice it anymore. I'm just saying.
Oh, I'm recovering.
No offense. I'm just.
I'm recovering.
Yeah.
No, but it's been amazing. I mean, I love talking with both of you guys every week, especially you, Nicole, every week, and Kristina, having you on is
likewise.
It's a breath of fresh air. It really is.
Oh, thank you.
I needed this. We needed this. The community needed this.
Awesome.
And it's good sound advice. So
this was an awesome show.
Just be careful out there, people.
Yep.
You know, your bodies can get hurt while you're out there looking for spirits.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Never know.
Be careful. Yep.
Stay safe. Stay cool out there. And we're going to cut this loose. Now, if you guys, like I said, if you missed the show, check us out over there, hauntedvoicesradio.podbean.com. That's where you can find all the past shows until I get around to getting those up on the site. There's a lot, so it's going to take me a minute. Please hold.
Have a great night, Michael.
Of course.
Thank you, Todd.
All right, everybody have a great night. Thank you again for tuning in, and we'll see you next week with more Haunted Voices. Take care, folks.
Awesome.
Bye, guys.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.